Welcome to another episode of the Deuce and Don podcast. I'm one of your co-hosts, Don Blake.
I'm your host, Deuce.
Yes, sir. We're finally back. They're back.
We are back after a long hiatus.
Yes,
but
sir.
Hey, we were busy. My man, Don Blake, he had a great concert, man.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. I got off tour. You know, I was just in Rhode Island, Providence. Cool city, by the way. People should go out there if you like the beach and if you like seafood. Really good Italian restaurants.
That's like
It's the capital of Rhode Island.
Okay.
Yeah, Providence. And then we had a show in Connecticut, had another show in Brooklyn. Unfortunately, in that show, it started pouring like crazy.
Bro, like it felt like the tsunami just came out right
Yeah.
during, as soon as 8 o'clock hit. Bro.
Water was dumping, man. It was like, it was crazy. Like I was outside smoking right before my performance.
Yeah.
And I felt a few droplets. So I was like, all right, it's raining. You know, let me conclude and go back in. Next thing you know, I look outside and I see like the heaviest rain since like hurricanes, pretty much. And it was crazy, man. And so because of that, I had a few friends that had to let me know they couldn't make it. And you know, it is what it is. The weather happens. You know, I heard there was even an outdoor concert that day too that got canceled because it was just so rainy.
Yeah, everybody started running towards the trains. So.
Yeah, it was crazy. But in terms of the show, man, it was awesome, man. It was I opened at the Brooklyn Monarch Theatre, so a pretty big venue. It was awesome, man. I felt like, you know, I've performed on bigger stages before, but I'd never felt like that comfortable before. Like I feel like the third time like really did it for me. And so I performed in front of about like 50 people, you know, and they were all really engaged. I can't wait. You know, I'm still going through footage right now, and then I'll post something, you know, like a tour recap.
Like a vlog?
Sort of. I mean, I kind of every year, you know, this is my third year doing tours. So what I typically do though is I go through all the content, you know, because there's a lot to go through, and then I'll kind of post a recap on Instagram.
Yeah.
So that's definitely gonna happen. I just got a lot to go through right now. I'm also working on getting some more some more shows booked as well. So I'm looking forward to that. You know, of course, I'll keep you guys updated on my Instagram at Real Don Blake. But not too much. You know, the last thing I'll say about my shows that was great was that I was able to meet, you know, a lot of rappers I grew up listening to and really looking up to, like Billy Danza, M.O.P. You know, M.O.P.'s big hit is Annie Up, which is a song that basically everybody knows. You know, even if you don't know it, you know it like once you hear it. You know. And another one is KRS-One, who's like one of the forefathers of hip hop. You know,
one of the best ever.
One of the best ever, definitely. And seeing him live is a crazy experience because he's just so charismatic and confident. I've never seen anybody like it. You know, I've seen a lot of great performers, you know, before, like Nas, Lil Baby, Kendrick, you know, DMX, Busta Rhymes. You know, those are just some of the ones I've been lucky enough to see. But KRS-One, bro, his confidence is probably the most confident I've ever seen of anybody I just named. Like, and so that taught me something, that it's like, you know, it doesn't matter, you know, what you rap about or, you know, who you do it for, as long as you do that shit confidently, full throttle, you know, and then that's what makes people more like, you know, that's what makes people gravitate more towards you. So, you know, that's, unless you got things to say about these shows, you know, that's pretty much what it is. Just stay tuned, you know, you'll get a recap and some up and coming shows. And I appreciate you letting me have the platform for this, bro.
Yeah, bro. I just want to say, like, I'm proud of you. You're really growing, and like you said, you felt you're most comfortable at this show specifically.
Right.
Like, you had shows back to back to back, and this is probably what, like, how many years have you been doing this? You know,
performing so consistently. This is my third year consistently performing. But I've been performing since I was like 13, honestly. I remember in middle school, we had the Poetry Grammys, and they had me on stage and for back-to-back years at that. And so those were like my first real performances. I think I did a talent show at Columbia High School too. You know, that's the school that Lauryn Hill and SZA went to. We know about that. You know, we were lucky enough to go there. And so, you know, I got some talent shows in there. And then, you know, I got some shows in the Woodland. But these were all like, you know, like years between when I'm mentioning these, you know. But you know, now I kind of took it in the studio, you know, more seriously. And as a result, you know, I got a little bit more demand with these shows. And so the shows are my favorite part of it, just because there's nothing like being able to interact with fans firsthand. Yeah. And on top of that, you get to see their talents live, because it's like, it's one take, you know what I mean? And not every artist, you know, whether they're a singer, a rapper, a guitarist, a drummer, it's hard to get it perfectly done in one take. And so when you're able to see
100%.
that, people appreciate it, and they really turn the building up. And so, yeah, I'm thankful for everything. Shout out to Full Blast. They're the ones that booked me. We got some more shows with other promoters as well coming up. So I'm really looking forward to that. Getting in front of new audiences. So yeah, stay tuned, guys. And if you got a favorite artist, see them live. Because not only you're supporting them directly, but you get to see if they're really the truth. If they really are able to control the crowd and get that music off like you're hearing it on your phone. And so yeah, I'm in love with hip hop right now. I've always been in love with hip hop, but right now I got more of a gratitude for it because it's allowed me and my family to eat, and so I'm so grateful. So yeah, thank you for allowing me to talk about this, Deuce.
Of course, man. Off of that, I guess we have the Complex all-time 50.
I heard
rappers.
about this. Atlanta.
Yeah.
It was Atlanta rappers, or is it all time?
No, it's just it's all-time rappers from Atlanta. It's
Okay.
from
You got
down
the list?
south. Yeah, actually,
Because I heard some things about it. Definitely,
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
podcasts were talking about it.
we could just start about the most notable names.
For sure.
I don't know how you feel. We can start from just 50 down.
Sure, yeah. One thing I will say though, real quick before we start off the list, my thing with lists is that lists are crazy because nobody ever agrees with them. Like there's too many people and too many slots. It's like you're never gonna agree. Everybody's got their own list.
All right. Well, the thing is, different media outlets put out different lists, and they have different reasons for the putting out. The list they're putting out.
Right.
Complex is known for they have their clickbait people, like they put in people like just going, oh, why is he on that list? And they have people who's just like, they have a lot of like industry fame or likability, but not so as like he's the better artist or he's the more creative or just the better MC or artist as a whole. It's not like there are groups out there who put out lists that are like with integrity, with like this is a genuine list that it's the best rapper or it's the most person who performs the best, something like that.
Yeah, my problem with these lists though is that there's too many like categories and subcategories, because there's so much to take into account. It's like if you say somebody's better than somebody, it's like, well, and what? Because you got discography, whether they make better songs, whether they're a better rapper on songs or if they're a better performer.
Yep.
Who's the littest, for example, who's the most influential. There's so many things, like who has a better flow, who's got a better voice. There's so much to it, So it's like, it's hard to come up with these lists.
Yeah, and art, is subjective. Everybody has a favorite or something they like more than others. I mean, you could take the numbers and you can say, all right, this means that, this means that. But at the end of the day, like somebody can say a rapper that not everybody thinks is the best rapper could be the best rapper. You can't take that away from that person, But when it comes down to breaking these lists, you have to slice it one way or another.
Absolutely.
In a way, they have their own criteria which they display.
Let's get into it then. I'm excited.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. You want me to go over the criteria?
For sure.
All right. We're just talking about the background about Atlanta.
Okay. As we know, by the way, Atlanta, it's been really big in the scene, hip hop scene, especially now. But they've always been. But before it was just all New York. But then once it started to expand, Atlanta definitely did. And I think a big part of that is because of Outkast. So I assume both Big Boy and Andre 3K, they'll be on that list.
Oh, 100%. Okay, so the determining factor is skill as a hip hop artist.
Okay,
is one.
That's good. That's great. That's also very subjective on its own.
Yeah. Number 2, strength of their catalog.
That's great. That's awesome. Clear.
And 3, the lasting influence and commercial impact of their music.
Okay. Those are the 3?
Yeah, those are the 3. Okay.
All right, I like that.
Do you want to start?
Let's start it.
Get to the list?
Number 50.
All right, number 50. Lil Nas X.
That's a pop star right there. I mean, he's made some good songs.
What was he rapping?
I don't really remember him rapping, really, ever. I mean, he sings, to me.
But like,
then again, though, like a lot of people classify certain rappers as singers and singers as rappers, and it's like, I don't know. I mean, I understand why he's on the list, though. He's got one of the biggest songs of all time.
Dude, okay.
But is he really a rapper or hip hop? I don't know.
I mean, they say, all right, why they belong on this list. undeniable commercial success as an Atlanta pop rap artist.
Okay, that makes sense. Because he does got.
I didn't even know he was from Atlanta.
Well, what I'll say is this, man. On tour, I met some people from Atlanta on tour, actually. And they told me that there is a big problem because a lot of this list, they are not from Atlanta, they say. And there's been, I don't remember who it was, but it was a female rapper. She said she made a song about people not from Atlanta. And so apparently in Atlanta, this is a thing where like people are debating who's from Atlanta and who's not. I know there's like multiple counties in Atlanta.
It's a lot of New York people in Atlanta.
Yeah, a lot of people move there, they say, too. That was another thing they told me as well. So I learned a little bit about Atlanta on tour, even though I didn't travel south at all. But that was good to see. So who's 49?
49 is Pee Wee Longway.
Dang, they gotta take my hip hop card. I don't know who that is.
I'm not well versed either.
What era is he?
Um,
Or we could just skip that if need be. Much respect to what's his name?
Yeah, Pee Wee Longway.
Pee Wee Longway. I never heard of you, but I'm sure your contributions to hip hop are appreciated, and I apologize that we don't know you.
Yeah,
but
so it's okay. We're not from.
At
the
least
South.
he's above Lil Nas X. I mean, I'm sure. Yeah.
48 is Sci-Hi the Prince.
Okay, I've heard of him. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
He's on the list. I'm not like super familiar with his catalog, so I can't comment on that.
He's a consistent collaborator with Kanye.
Right.
Like sometimes he's been behind a lot of Kanye's best music.
Okay, for sure. Yeah. Who's 47?
47 Trouble. You heard of Trouble? I have a song by Trouble. He passed away.
God bless.
A few years ago. He's a good artist.
Who has he collaborated with that I would know of?
Drake, Mike Will.
Okay.
Boosie.
Okay. Nah, because I've heard his name too. Like, don't get me wrong. Like,
and Lucci too. Yeah.
I'm very educated about hip hop, but there's still so much to learn. You know what I mean?
It's a long list.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Rich the Kid, 46. I just saw.
Yeah. Let me put it over so you can see it.
I'll say about Rich the Kid. I'm not crazy about him. I mean,
I didn't know he's from Atlanta either.
He just got some good songs though. Definitely.
I thought
like his. I know he got a song. What's it called? New Freezer with Kendrick.
New Freezer with Kendrick.
I remember he had that joint.
I don't think. Wait. Nah, that's not a new song. That was a long song.
No, not new. That was the name of the song. It was called New Freezer, I think.
Okay, I thought you said it was a new song. My bad.
No. That was like when we were in high school.
Yeah. Nah, that was a hit song. Yeah. What's the other song? Plug Walk.
I was just about to say. I remember that was getting a lot of play too. So I guess the commercial appeal, I definitely see with Rich the Kid. I know a lot of people that like him. He's just not my cup of tea personally. K-Camp 45.
Yeah.
K-Camp's tough, honestly.
Yeah.
I'll put him a little higher. He's got bars.
Exactly. He had to run. He had plenty of good hits back
45 is crazy. Damn. They gotta have 44 monsters.
We can skim through his list.
Lil Scrappy, cool.
Yeah, Lil Scrappy's 44. Right. B.O.B.
43.
See, I think B.O.B. should be higher.
Because he did have a lot of commercial appeal. Now, if we're basing it on their categories, he had
commercial appeal.
Definitely, he had some hits.
Yo, with Bruno Mars, the airplane song. That's
for sure.
Shit. That's my shit.
Now, I think what we'll do is we'll probably fly through this list, and then once we get to 10, we'll really break it down. Unless there's something that's bad. OJ the Juice Man 42. All right.
Yeah, Roscoe Dash 41.
Bro, Roscoe Dash was hot for a minute, bro.
I think he should be higher than 41.
Yo, Roscoe, we need to see Roscoe Dash outside again, bro.
Is he still performing?
Hands in the air, let it fly.
I would see.
That was my joint. And then what else? No hands, bro. Roscoe Dash got hits.
I'm pretty sure Waka Flocka's higher on this list too. He should be.
Yeah.
Sean Paul 40.
Okay. That's interesting. Yeah.
I would know him more as a dancer.
All right, we getting into the top 39 now.
39, Cool Breeze.
Never heard of you. I'm sorry. I take my hip hop card. Let me know in the comments if I'm wilding because I don't know who Cool Breeze is. Please.
We don't know everybody on the list, but we respect all the rappers on this list.
For sure.
Young Nudie.
All right. I know of Young Nudie for sure.
Yeah, he's tough.
I can't comment on his work though because I'm not educated to it.
He's a good artist.
Rich Homie Quan at 37, I should say. He's definitely got commercial appeal.
Yeah.
Bars is all right, but I mean, he got hits though for sure.
I heard somewhere that people compare. This person compared Rich Homie Quan to how like Fetty Wap kind of was back in his day. Like
that's not a bad comparison.
And I feel like he has a lot of behind the scenes stuff that went on. That kind of led to where his career didn't take off to where it was supposed to be.
Who, Fetty Wap or?
No.
Rich Homie Quan.
Both of them, actually.
That is true. That's
Rich
right.
Homie Quan, but like he had hits. So like, there was a lot of times where rappers would go to him for the hooks.
Definitely.
And
Definitely.
Respect for Tony.
No, he got hits. That's why I understand it. Definitely. Who's 36?
Fabo. You know who Fabo is? I've heard of Fabo, but I'm not well versed in Fabo.
Hip hop community gonna eat me up today, bro.
Diamond?
I can't say. What era is he?
No, that's a female rapper.
Okay, or she. My fault.
Yeah.
See? Nah, because I'm definitely more educated about about New York hip hop and all areas too. But with Atlanta, like that's not one I've really dove into. Really, I think with the old school and underground, I definitely have, but not as much. I mean, that's another good thing about these lists is that it allows you to see who you missed out on and who you need to do more research on, and that's how you grow as a listener. And even if you're an artist too, the more music you listen to, you grow as an artist too. So I'm definitely gonna check out some of these names, especially the ones at the top that I haven't heard of. But I think the top 25, I'll probably hear of all of them. So who's next?
All right, we'll talk about a few others in the 30s.
Okay.
Bankroll Fresh is 34.
Rest in peace, him I know.
Rest in peace, Bankroll Fresh,
absolutely.
100%.
Who's 33 now?
Childish Gambino, I know. Actually,
that might seem kind of low though. I mean,
yeah, for Childish,
he's also not my cup of tea, but there's definitely talent though. Definitely talent,
commercial success, but like I feel like he's
better
a great
as an actor.
writer. He's better
as an actor. I think as an actor, he's great.
And he has some songs where he has some singing songs in there, but I wouldn't say he's necessarily a vocalist. Exactly, Redbone.
I forgot about that.
Yep.
Who's next? 32.
32. We'll go over Big Gip. You know who Big Gip is?
Cannot say I do. How about you?
Do not know who Big Gip is. He looks familiar. He looks okay. He made music with Andre 3000.
Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, if we moving too slow, pull up the list and go along with us. You know what I mean? While you listen to this, man, because we still working on our visuals here at Deuce and Don, and we'll get that right. You know what I mean? One step at a time. One step at a time.
Hey, we don't even need to go. Let's skip over. Soulja Boy is 28. How do you feel about Soulja Boy 28?
Commercial success, great. Skills, whack.
You don't like his skills? All right, come on. Wait, hold on.
He rhymed 4 times on Soulja Boy Tell Him. He rhymed 4 times.
Hold on.
I'm exaggerating.
Hold on. Soulja had some hits.
Skip over here. My fault. I don't mean to take your phone and whatnot.
Nah. Young Joe.
We can skip over. Pastor Troy. Pastor Troy. I heard his shows were crazy. I heard a lot of old school hip hop artists told me that Pastor Troy's shows were absolutely insane. He would have shows with who's that? 2 Live Crew from Miami. And they said that their shows, they would just do back to back to back songs. They would play the exact same songs over and over again, and the crowd would not be sick of it. So that's what I heard about Pastor Troy. So respect to Pastor Troy. That's not easy to do.
Yeah.
So we got Young Joe, then we got Soulja Boy. I understand. No, Soulja Boy got hella commercial appeal though, which is why he belongs on the list there. But skills wise,
the first rapper on YouTube, man.
Because when he first came out, there was definitely a lot of debate about him because there was like, yo, where's hip hop going? Because he was all over the radio and there wasn't really a lot of like bars necessarily. But at the same time, the dude was like a 16-year-old kid, so it's like,
yeah, how
can you judge somebody that young that harshly? It's like no matter how whack you think he is, he's at least doing something positive with his life to where he's feeding himself or his family, and so and Soulja Boy definitely had songs out. I listened to him when I was younger for sure. I'm just saying, like, if we're talking about like hip hop to me, I mean, to me that's more like rap and radio, But who we got next? Jid at 27. Yeah. I know a lot of people that would be upset with that.
Yeah. Chino was definitely mad.
Yeah, Johnny D too. I know a lot of people that love Jid. Personally, I think he's super skilled. I wouldn't necessarily, and a lot of people get upset with me too about this. I have a lot of respect for Jid, but he's not really my cup of tea necessarily. Like, I'm not crazy about his music.
I haven't really listened to his music. Like,
he's got talent though.
Like I know he's with J. Cole and Dreamville.
Right, for sure. He signed to Dreamville. Yeah.
But like, as far as commercial success, I don't think he probably has a lot of that.
Definitely more. I think he's more underground for sure.
So
he got an Eminem. He was on Eminem's album though. I heard he had one of the best verses on that too. So
exactly. So
props to him. That shows he's got some respect.
Yeah,
definitely.
And I'll say about that, like, I think the reason why he's on this list is because of his rapping ability, and that's a lot. You can say a lot about that.
Definitely.
There's not a lot of rappers who can just rap.
Yeah.
And be recognized for rapping. For sure. There's not a lot of commercial success in that.
Definitely. All right. Now we're going to 26. MC Shy D. Not familiar. Like I said, we're going to do our research. You know what I mean? Lotto 25? God, come on. She just came in the game like how many years ago? That's crazy. Nah.
Lotto being hired and stuff.
Nah, we'll revisit that in a few years. I mean, if Lotto, makes some... we said Lotto's nice on here. She is really good.
Nice, but
not 20. Like you can't jump the list like that already. I don't think so.
I don't think she has enough like success.
Nah,
to be above.
Because keep in mind,
25 rappers before her.
We're also in an era where female rappers are like all over the mainstream really, and she doesn't have as many hits as say like Ice Spice, Glorilla, Cardi B, for example. They all got way more commercial success. I don't know about that. Who was 24?
Lil Yachty.
Lil Yachty? Sorry. Y'all not gonna like it. Lil Yachty's whack to me.
Yeah. Well, the only thing I'll say about Yachty...
Something's gonna happen, I feel like. It's not gonna age well, but fuck it. I'm gonna stand on my principles. I think Lil Yachty's whack. I know there's a lot of people out there that like him, but I just never really got it, personally. I mean...
Only thing I'll say about Yachty is that he's written for a few rap groups and rap artists that, have had hit success. You know?
He's collaborated too.
He's collaborated with Drake.
Right.
So, like...
Migos too.
I think because of the popularity of, his rap career, he kind of started out hot, and his music, the way he was making music and people felt about his music for a long time kind of shifted a little bit, I think that's kind of where his career was viewed at from that point,
right. I think also Yachty, he also like wants to be different, and so like what he does is he makes different stuff, and so I think people respect that.
And you can there's something in creative process where you're not trying to be like everybody else. You have to respect a certain level of that,
right?
And you got to say like certain people probably do have Yachty in Atlanta,
right?
Probably would think of him as high as he came out and he put Atlanta on a certain map during the era in 2016 where
definitely
Atlanta probably wasn't as viewed at that point, and up until the Migos,
yeah,
obviously the Migos came before him,
right? But, all right, so let's move on then. Waka Flocka 23. We mentioned him. I think I don't know, skills wise, I don't think much, but I think commercial appeal, he gets that. Even Waka Flocka himself is like, I was a whack rapper, and I was like, I wouldn't go that far. I think he has a great delivery and voice and energy, but the bars was like, all right, but records though, he got those definitely. So I think I like him at 23.
Yeah, influence with Waka Flocka. I feel like a lot of rappers from that region was kind of influenced by his wave, his energy, the way he went out and his delivery.
Definitely.
So I feel like maybe
Shawty Low 22, rest in peace. They Know was a huge hit.
Yeah.
Huge hit. I used to listen to that record so much. Like I still do. But especially like when I was like 9 years old. So that was one of the joints like I vividly remember. 21, I don't know who that is. Let's just skip it so we don't get criticized. Yeah. No, I'm playing. 20's Gunna.
20 Gunna?
I got to see who's in front of him. But mainstream success for sure. Influence, I definitely hear some too. A lot of artists that have just come out recently sound a lot like him. So I'll give him that, definitely. Who's above him? 19.
Takeoff was above him. Yeah, I don't like how they split the Migos up.
Yeah, because Migos.
They did that with
if you put Migos together, they top 5. Definitely.
Yeah, they should be a top 5 group. 100%.
But Takeoff at 19, you got a great flow. I'll say that.
Yeah,
commercial appeal, obviously, to the Migos. So 19's kind of low. Then I think 19's low for Takeoff. Rest in peace. Also,
you should take rest in peace. Takeoff. 100%.
18, Lil Jon. Is Lil Jon? I love Lil Jon. Is he a rapper? No. He's a producer and a hype man.
Yeah, he has some joints.
So now this list is a little bit weird. Because it's like now you're forgetting producers. Because if you want to include Lil Jon, you got to get the rest of the producers.
So basically they're talking about basically his influence. Like one of the great rap forces of 2000s as a leader of crunk movement.
Crunk, yeah, I was just about to say crunk was his shit. He held that down, definitely.
So like, if you're going up that, then he should be high on this list.
Right. But he's not a rapper though.
Yeah, but
even him himself, I don't think he would tell you he's a rapper, Lil Jon. Because like I never really heard him rap before. I just hear him hyping up his beats, and it's great. You know what I mean? Because like, bro, Lil Jon is so much. He probably has the most commercial success of anybody we just named so far.
You're about to see a lot more.
Jermaine Dupri at 17, I saw.
Yeah, you're about to see a lot more non-rappers.
Jermaine Dupri also had a lot of mainstream success for sure. So
100%.
I think I don't know who. I think I would put Jid ahead of him though. Who's 16?
Yeah, 16. CeeLo Grant.
Again, no, CeeLo's a rapper too, actually, but he's more of a
talented.
singer though.
Yeah,
CeeLo's super talented.
R&B,
Goody Mob is where you got to start.
Exactly.
All right, I like CeeLo on the list.
CeeLo.
Definitely. Quavo's 15. I wouldn't put Quavo above CeeLo. But then again, CeeLo's more of a singer to me than a rapper. Like, I feel like as a rapper, Quavo's the better rapper. But
I feel like Quavo should be higher on this list if you're gonna.
Yeah, because he's got the most commercial appeal of any of the Migos, and the Migos is huge.
Yeah,
you know,
and
so
Takeoff is 19.
Definitely.
I don't know.
Who's 14?
Yeah.
14, Killer Mike. Okay, respect, definitely.
100%.
Shout out to Killer Mike getting his first Grammy.
He's still doing this thing.
He's been respected for years, and so it's awesome to see that it finally paid off for him in that regard. But we always tuning into Killer Mike. Offset at 13.
Offset.
So Offset's the best Migo?
You know what? I would say honestly, as far as rapping, me like hearing flows. I kind of always enjoyed Offset's flow the best out of the Migos.
Me too. But a lot of people would say Takeoff, but I agree with you. I think Offset's got the best flow.
It's kind of hard because you would say that Quavo, through the majority of the Migos' career, has been the it guy out of the group.
He's been the biggest star, I think, of the three of them. Quavo.
Yeah, but I feel like I don't know because now that they're split,
right?
Offset, I don't feel like Quavo has the one up necessarily anymore. But I wouldn't say that you would rank Offset higher than Quavo.
Here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say about between Offset and Quavo. I think Quavo's the best songwriter of the two, but the best artist and rapper is Offset. I think the best rapper, not artist, the best rapper.
Yeah, the best rapper.
The best rapper
artist
Offset.
is Quavo.
Because Offset got bars too, bro.
Yep.
Offset was I'm not gonna lie. When I first heard Migos, I was not crazy about them. I didn't like them. But when I started hearing Offset's verses more and I would hear them, I was like, oh shit, he got darts, bro, and he switches up his flows like crazy. Offset is tough, and so Offset's the reason why Migos eventually turned around for me, and I really like their work now. I love their Culture albums, bro. They all got bangers on there, man.
Respect to Migos.
Definitely.
I feel like they should be higher if they're a group. But
Playboi Carti at 12?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to get in trouble with this one.
Yeah, I feel like you are going to get in trouble with this one.
Carti is whack, man. Whack. Whack.
Yeah. He's not rapping, really, anymore.
Nah.
I feel like when he first came out, the way he flowed, the way he made music was a lot more conducive to the art form of rap. Now it's more just energy or just, trying to get you to get hype. I mean, there's a lane for that, obviously, in music.
I'll tell you what he does. He chooses great beats. I'll give him that. And then when he gets in there, he'll just do as many different voices as he possibly can, ad-lib it, say whatever, just have he'll probably put a whole bunch of cotton balls in his mouth, and then just start rapping, I think, because I don't know what he's saying. He sounds demented, and not in a good way.
Yo.
But he does have commercial success, so that's why he's 12. But I think the reason why he's not, I know a lot of people that would be like, nah, Carti's top 5, his fan base. But I think the reason why he's outside the top 10 is because people realize that he can't rap, man. Yeah. He makes hype music, sure, but he can't rap, bro. So,
yeah, as far as popularity, you probably should be higher on this list, but I don't know.
But the rapping ability is what puts him to 12, I think.
Yeah.
So who's 11? We skipped 11.
Oh, did we skip?
21 Savage. That might be a little low too. 21 is 21, nasty.
21, as far as commercial success, rapping ability, I feel like he's not the most elaborate rapper, but he has flows. He's gotten better. Exactly.
He got better as time went on.
He has gotten better.
The joint he did with who was it? Was it Metro? The one it was like a red album with a knife on it.
Yeah, Metro. Him and Metro have always been working.
He had bangers on that, but the rapping wasn't quite there. But as albums went on, his rapping got better and better. And his last